What's up, everybody? This is Rob Shack. So today we're going to be going through part 5, I believe, in my Gran Turismo 3 400 meter dash speed comparison video. I'm going to be starting with the Renault Clio Sport V6 24V. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and enjoy the video of, the content. I've been doing this for a few weeks now. These videos do pretty well. I mean, this is just kind of fun stuff that I've been doing in this game where it's just, hey, like I want to see what cars are actually really fast in a straight line versus what cars are fast on the max speed test. I did the max speed test, I think, a year ago. And so now I'm on to the 400 meter dash. It's pretty fun to do these things. These are pretty fun videos to make because it's just pretty quick and easy and I can just kind of talk over it and just have fun making random content where I just kind of talk about Gran Turismo and how great it is. I saw some videos of Gran Turismo 7 stuff, so if y'all have heard about that, let me know. I want to hear what people's thoughts are about that. I'm really excited for that. I hope it's a good game because I really liked 6 and Sport looks awesome, but I just never got a PS4. Now we're on to I guess this is the Honda NSX Type R. It's kind of tough because they don't really talk about what brand everything is. But for those of you who are wondering, I do a lot of Gran Turismo stuff on my channel. Also some Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Overwatch, Halo, Call of Duty, a little bit of Apex, I've done some stuff. But if you're new to the channel, check out all the playlists. They're all organized for your convenience so you can see what you think of the channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment stuff too. I actually have the amount of views in a year to be monetized, but because YouTube is a little strange, that you can't do that unless you have 1,000 subscribers, which is insane. So at the time of this recording, I have 390. So people, get them to subscribe. I don't know, doesn't really matter. But I like making the videos anyway, so it doesn't super matter. Moving on now to the Ford Focus rally car. The rally cars are pretty good, like really good in a straight line. So it's kind of basically this video turns into how fast are the rally cars in a straight line and how long will it take regular cars to beat them? Because even when I modify the gear ratios for the rally cars, they're still super quick off the line, as you can see from this video and videos in the past with the rally cars. They're just so fast off the line and they end up getting really good times on 400 meters. And then they end up destroying everybody, and it's just kind of this contest of how long will it take for rally cars to be removed from the top 10. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Well into this video these videos will that actually happen. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I've been hearing about Gran Turismo 7, and I hope that it's really good. And I know that Sport ended up being amazing, and it was already really good. This is the Honda NSX Type S0, by the way. The Sport was amazing. Like, I looked at that game and just cheered it on from the sideline. I don't really enjoy multiplayer versions of racing games just because it just turns into a bunch of rammers, and I play as a rammer sometimes in the AI versions of these games, but yeah, I kind of am confused about that, but I like the idea of Sport and I wanted to play it, but then the game just was such an experiment, but it was a very successful experiment if you ask me. I think Sport did really, really well given what it was, because Gran Turismo was never really a game like that. It was never a game really devoted to just a massive multiplayer experience. It was usually a single player experience with like an add-on of multiplayer. At least that's what it was when it was 5 and 6. They were very much run with the Impreza Sports Wagon STI, by the way. The 5 and 6 had an internet thing, had an online play, but that wasn't the primary focus of it. And so Sport, I think, was very, very successful given that it was kind of in the category of like a Forza type game where you basically were playing it from the perspective of let's play online and like race other countries and, basically watch as some angry person in another country or some random person that just gets mad ends up slamming you into a wall. You see a lot of stereotypes of different types of countries that do that. Pretty much everybody in that game does that. If they get mad, doesn't matter where you're from, they're gonna just slam into you on a corner if they think you cheated them. And I didn't really feel like playing like that, so that's why I didn't really get it. But the graphics of that game were incredible, and basically if they make Gran Turismo 7 and it's essentially what sport looks like, but with AI that are smart and with races and AI sometimes spinning out, because that's always fun. That's how I've made this whole channel a thing. It's basically from AI fails, so I would love that so that I can continue making content. I would love a GT7 where you have cars from the old games brought back. I would love to see the Suzuki Cultus back. You know what I'm saying? The Toyota GT1 98 race car. The Nissan R390 97. I would love to see all those cars back in these games. Just remake them. That would be so sick. The Legacy kind of sucked, by the way. Didn't expect that. Actually, I totally did. But, yeah, I would love to see Gran Turismo 7 basically what 3 is, what 4 is, but with the sport graphics. Because I think that would just be sick. It would be really, really good. It'd be a lot of fun. And I think people would really like that. We're on to the Honda S2000 Type V. I don't think this will be one of the top cars, no offense. It's more of a steady car. It would probably be better on the 1000 meter, but that's for a future video. But yeah, I want 7 to be really good, and I think it has the potential to be very good. And I think it'll be a video that people, or a game that people will really like, especially if they make it basically like 3 and 4. Where there is an online mode, but it's super not the point. Like if they can just make 7 like 4 was, where they were trying to do online modes for 4, but it didn't work out. If they could basically just do that and make it more about the gameplay and more about racing AI than doing anything else, I think that is what people would want. Like, make it about the collection of cars again. That wasn't really a thing in sport. It was basically just like have one car, your favorite car in each of the categories, and that was it. There was no motivation for people to do speed comparisons like this in sport. Like, you could, but it would be a grind. And this has been a grind, but this has been super fun. So I just would love 7 to be more about the classic type of gameplay. If it is more like sport, I wouldn't care. But I just basically want there to be an incentive for people to collect cars. And I want there to be races versus AI where it's really worth it. I just feel like that kind of became not the priority in 4 and in 5 and 6. I played some of 5 and I hated 5, and then I played a lot of 6. Look at my channel. I have a lot of gameplay from Gran Turismo 6. But it's very clear that it was meant for an online experience, and that's fine to me, but I would like there to still be a whole lot to do in the game when it comes to actually playing the game itself. That's what I want to see. So I think that they can do that. They have what it takes, but I think it's just they have to just make that decision and make that call. Yeah, because I love 3 and I love 4, and I've gone back and tried to play a little bit of 2 even, and it's pretty great. All the original games, like 1, 2, 3, and 4, are just so good. But with the advancement of internet in video gaming, that just kind of messed up 5 and 6 to me. Like, modes were just, it was so based on the internet gameplay that then the actual single player mode took a huge struggle. It wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. Now we're on to the Subaru Legacy B4 Blitzen. This is a very Subaru heavy series of cars here. A lot of Subarus kind of maxed out around 530 horsepower, so we're getting all the Subarus. We got the Imprezas, rally cars, and Legacies all in one video here. But yeah, so I think that's just kind of my thoughts on Gran Turismo for now. I really want to get a PlayStation 5 to get 7. If they make 7, if that's coming out on the launch, I would be very, very interested in getting 7, because I think that would be a lot of fun. I always wondered why they modified 6. I've gotten a lot of people commenting on my videos over the years where I'm playing through Gran Turismo 6 1.0. So it's the OG Gran Turismo 6. And for some reason they nerfed a lot of cars in that game. And I never understood why they did that, because the whole point of We're using the Impreza Sedan WRX STI, by the way, one of my favorite cars. But yeah, like, a thing I've been really confused about was people were commenting, they're going, well, your cars are not accurate because they nerfed every car so they couldn't go as fast. And I always kind of wondered why that would happen. Why did they do that? Because in, like, obviously if you're using a Bugatti Veyron, you're not going to tune it in real life. Like, that would be ridiculous. It already has like freaking thousands of horsepower or something like that. You don't need to tune it. So when you tune it in a Gran Turismo game, you should just let it have thousands of horsepower and go 340 miles an hour. Like, that should just be what it does because it's hilarious. And that should just be the caveat of, like, hey, this is not realistic. Your car would, like, fall apart if it was going 340 miles an hour. But, like, instead they just nerfed it and made it so that cars couldn't go as fast. And so I'm enjoying playing through on version 1.0 because I get the version of the cars that they messed around with at the beginning before they started patching everything. So I just kind of wonder what's the plan with 7. I hope that they allow it to kind of be this science experiment that, like, you can do where you can just tune up cars and see all the ornate differences in what the car performs like as you mess with gear shifting and ratios and all that, and that the car can go freaking fast. I would love that, you know? I mean, you hear about that in real life where you get RX-7s that have like a quad rotary engine that have like 1,300 horsepower and can go like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Like, that stuff's fun. So, like, I would love to see them keep that in there and not nerf cars. Make them very realistic right away and then make it like a cool science experiment. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. I want to hear what people think about that too, by the way. Everything I'm saying, you know, you can comment on it and I would love to hear it. We're still moving through Imprezas here. Goodness gracious. I didn't realize how many Imprezas were in this game. Even though they took out so many in this game. They only had the Impreza version 6 and the 22B and then the, at that time, brand new 2000s, early 2000s WRX with the bug eyes. Very great cars. But yeah, it's funny how they did all that in these games. But yeah, no, I would love that. I would love for them to make 7. I would love to see some videos on that, see what's going on. I really hope that they make a good game where they kind of have a return to classics. Like, they did that a lot with Sport, where they brought back the, like, OG clock counting down noise, which I thought that was amazing. I basically loved Sport, but I loved the concept of Sport and I wanted it to succeed and I wanted everyone to get it, but I just wasn't really interested. But that was kind of a weird thought for me that I was thinking that way. Here's that S2000 that has no banner for some reason. I never knew why that was the case. I remembered I figured that out when I was doing my max speed test in this game and I was like, wait a minute, this S2000 doesn't have a logo. Don't really know why. But I think this is just a regular S2000 too. It's not a Fusion or Spoon or anything like that. It's just a regular S2000, but for some reason it has no logo. Yeah, so these are all my thoughts on 7. I have been going through on this channel and just playing through GT3. I've been very, very thorough in my Gran Turismo 3 content. You can obviously see that in my playlist, the vast majority of my videos are on GT3. I have the playthrough that I did a long time ago, and I did max speed tests and like the wind races and great epic races where the AIs spin out, and I have a lot of those, and those are like some of my most popular videos. Moving on to the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 6 RS, but yeah, they had a lot of great stuff in 3, and I'm starting to branch out a little bit in doing some 4 stuff, have some AI fails on 4. I've been doing max speed tests on Gran Turismo 6 since basically the beginning of my channel, so that's been pretty fun to do. Yeah, I have a good time. I have a good time playing Gran Turismo games. So I played a little bit of Forza, but it's just not quite my cup of tea. And again, it's because of that heavy emphasis on online play. That kind of stuff just is something I'm not as interested in. I want to eventually play racing games online because I'm just interested in what it's like. But I'm a 90s kid, so I'm used to, you know, classic games where you race AI and it's just a single player experience and it's a lot of fun. That's just kind of what I've been doing my whole life. So that's why I'm like more into just playing the video games that I played as a kid on this channel first. And then eventually I'll branch out and play older games. But yeah, I mean, I'll eventually branch out and play newer games again. But for now, it's just like I play with my friends on newer games, and then I play vintage PS2 games. My PS2 logs a lot of time still because they're so much fun. This is the Lancer Evolution 6, the Tommi how do I say his name? Tommi Makinen? That dude who's like a legend who wins like everything. That dude's so cool. I don't know if he still races now, but that guy, like every Gran Turismo game has like a tribute to that dude because he freaking won so many races for so many years. But it's pretty insane. So now I'm moving on to the Lancer Evolution 6 GSR Tommi Makinen. So I don't know if that's right, but let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I don't really know. But yeah. So I'll probably stop this video in another few minutes. I kind of break these up into 20-minute segments and then split them up over every other week because I don't want to overuse videos and ideas and stuff like that. And I just like making varying content all the time. So yeah, thank you all so much again for watching. I know that these videos have been more of like me talking the whole time, and usually I don't do that. So if y'all like it, let me know. But I just have a good time thanking y'all because y'all are awesome. Everyone who's been subscribed for how long and how little y'all been here. There are some who've been here since the very beginning of my channel, and there's some that are new. I value all of y'all. Y'all are great. Thank you guys and gals so much for commenting and letting me know your thoughts about games and giving pointers and giving, ideas of your experience on these games. That stuff's just fantastic. I really like when people comment because I like kind of seeing and interacting with my audience. So I really appreciate all of you, every single one, everyone who comments and those who don't, and the likes and the dislikes. I like everybody who lets me know what you think. It really means a lot. It's just a lot of fun to do this, and this is something that I, as a kid, always kind of was like, I always kind of was interested in having a YouTube channel, and I knew that I wouldn't make one that was massive, but it's just been a lot of fun to do this. I really, really appreciate everybody. I mean, the growth has been consistent, and I've grown a lot more during the recent months, which is really cool. So I hope that y'all kind of tell friends and keep the channel going, because I think a lot of people like classic PS2 games, which is like basically what I've been doing. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun though. I really appreciate every single one of you. We're now moving on to the Ford GT40. This is the first car that basically isn't a Lancer Evolution or an Impreza or a Subaru in general. So it's been a lot of fun though. So I really appreciate every single one of you and the ways that y'all supported the channel. It's just been awesome. This is crazy. It's crazy that I've been doing this for years now. You don't think about it because it's just so fun. But yeah, have a good time. I have a really good time, and I hope that y'all have enjoyed the videos too. There've been some really funny ones, a lot of good ones. I have a lot of playlists, and one of them is just my most popular uploads, and yeah, you'll see that a lot of them are Gran Turismo themed. The Ford GT40 finally beat the old times. Everyone else was not beating that first time, and we got the Ford GT40. I had a feeling when the Ford GT40 popped up that it was going to beat everybody, and it did. So we're going to go back to another Lancer Evolution. This is the 7 RS, so we'll see how good it does. Yeah, so I've really enjoyed it. I'll probably do about 2 more cars maybe, and then we'll call it there. But yeah, I really appreciate all of you. This has just been a lot of fun to make these videos and just to kind of share my thoughts on the channel. I definitely have a good time, and I want to keep making videos, even though I haven't been getting paid for any of them, but it's hilarious because I enjoy what I do, and it's definitely a smaller audience, but y'all are all valuable, and I think y'all are important, and I don't want y'all to think that your support doesn't go very far because I'm a small channel, but know that it means a lot to me. I really appreciate every single one of you who support the channel and have subscribed over the years. It's really great. Y'all are great. I really appreciate everyone. You all matter so much. And I know that this time in the world is crazy, but know that you all matter so much. So, yeah. I'm going to do this Lancer Evolution, and then the next one, I noticed that there's a Panos there. That's the untuned Panos, so I'm not going to put that in this because that doesn't really apply here. So, yeah. But I'll do 2 more cars, and then I'll go through the top 10 list and kind of see what's going on here. A lot of these Lancers actually rivaled, because the Lancer Evolution is basically a road car of rally cars. It's kind of cool to see how they're so fast. and that generally all-wheel drive cars are like freaking amazing right off the line. So I'm gonna be very curious as we go along here, what cars end up being near the top, and I guarantee it'll be a lot of all-wheel drive cars until we get to the point where we're just hitting the the crazy fast cars. But I'm curious to see what unexpected cars will be at the top for a long time. I think that Ford GT40 is going to be there for a long time. That's going to be one of the ones that really stays true. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's been mainly Subarus and mainly Mitsubishi Lancers. A lot of Imprezas, Legacies, and then the random Ford GT40 who kicked everyone's butt. So that's been pretty hilarious. Yeah, it's been a good time. This will be the last one. I hope that this car does well because this is the Lancer Evolution 7 GSR. It's supposed to be basically the best car of all the Evolutions in this game. I don't think it actually was because the 6 and 5 were so legendary. And they had that Tommi Makinen version, which was because that dude's such a legend. So that'll be my last one. I'll save it because I don't want to forget. But yeah, we still got the GT40 killing everybody. Then we have the Escort rally car, the Apex MRS, more rally cars, and then a couple of road cars that are similar to rally cars. But yeah, we've already lost a couple rally cars from the top here, so that's kind of interesting. I was a little bit mistaken in that. But I'm going to save it here. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And y'all are great. Thank y'all again, and have a great day.